Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to be testing out some high-end makeup products, so if you would like to see my thoughts in a makeup tutorial, please keep watching. So the last time I saw you guys, it was a get ready with me, and I told you I was leaving to get tape-in extensions, and I did. Do you guys want to see? Okay. So this is what they look like. I got them on Friday and today is Monday, so of course, like, when she curled them and put them in, they looked amazing, right? But now it's been a few days and I've had to like brush them and recurl them myself, and I'm not good at hair. So I feel like when she first did it, you couldn't even tell the difference between the extensions and my own hair, but I just need to like practice more on curling my hair and make them look more realistic. But they're really long, look. Which is crazy because my hair used to like, and they feel really heavy. I'm usually like all about the clip life, but I have no idea how I'm gonna ever put my hair in a clip again. So it's like my hair is gonna be down for a while until I figure it out. But they're like, right now with this in there, I can feel them because there's a couple like right here. She said to let her know when I see her again. I'll see her again at the end of June to have them moved up if there's any tape-ins that like are bothering me. And I was like, oh, okay, and they felt fine to me. But like now, like these right here are, but I kind of need them there to make my hair look even, I guess you would say. But you can kind of see, like, here's one right here. So this is what it looks like right here. And they are Bellini extensions. So yeah, I was so happy when I got them done, which sucks because this is going to be an expensive addiction, but this is the best I felt about myself in a hot minute because I feel like hair is a really big deal, and if I'm not like liking my hair, it's just really hard for me to get motivated to get ready, you know? So this is like one thing that'll just help give me like a little bit of a confidence boost. Like, I'm all for it. My pocket, not so much, but so I'm going to be trying out a new primer today, and it's the Farsali Liquid Glass Radiant Serum with Hyaluronic Acid. This is what it looks like. So I just washed my face and I didn't put anything on, and like I'm so dry right here. Like, I need to do like some heavy duty skincare the next couple days. But I know with serums you're supposed to have like a damp face, so I just brought this in here. I usually use this like when after I wash my face, and if it's like too dry, I spray a little bit of this on before I go in with my hyaluronic acid. So this is the Evian facial spray. Just douse my face real quick. Okay, so let's read this. Use as a radiating skin serum or as a primer before makeup application. May be applied prior to, mixed with, or layered on top of skincare or makeup for a luminous finish. That's about all it says. So I'm using this. This is the only thing I'm going to be using for primer today. It's really pretty. It has like a purple opal kind of tint to it. Okay, let's see. I don't know how much to use, so I usually use like a whole. It smells like oranges. That's what it was. It has like a citrus smell to it. I don't know. I'm gonna add a little bit more. I usually use like an entire like dropper full of serum. I don't know if you're supposed to do that, but I do. Just gonna kind of work this in. I think I would just add this into my skincare routine. I don't think I would use it as a primer. Like, I feel like I just need like a little bit more hydration than this because I do have dry skin. Let's see. It left like a nice little glow. And it does seem like it's getting sticky, so maybe, I don't know. We'll see as this video goes on if it's good for a primer or not. So I don't have a new foundation or concealer to try out, so I'm going to go ahead and apply that off camera, and I'll be right back. So I put all my foundations that I've used before on this shelf over here so I can see all of them. And I grabbed this Beckham one because I remember loving it, and it's the Aqua Luminous Perfecting Foundation in the shade Fair. Oh my gosh, you guys, yeah, I think it is expired. Well, I'm pretty sure it's expired. It has like a weird scent to it because I was like, oh, I remember loving that. And then I realized that the last time I used it was like 2019. because I was pregnant. I totally forgot. Like, I guess I just didn't realize that was so long ago. Like, literally, like almost 3 years ago. That's crazy. So that guy might have to go, which sucks because, you know, Becca's no longer. But I forgot how much I love that foundation, so I'm like really sad about it. But for a concealer to brighten up a little bit, I got this guy from Amazon, and it's really good. This is the Cover Perfection Tip Concealer, and it's by the brand The Same, S-A-E-M. And let me see if there's like a color on it. I think I did a video on this at some point. But yeah, it just looks like this. I'll link everything that I use in my description. And then I used my Tarte Shape Tape, and this is in the shade Fair. Haven't used that for a while either. So this is what my base is looking like. I feel like the foundation did not want to stick to my neck, and every time I tried to blend it out, it was like coming off. So hopefully you just can't see it. But for cream bronzer, I want to try out this Milk bronzer. This is in the shade Baked. I really like the blushes, but I don't know if it's just me, but every time I get one of these little guys, mine always is broken. Like, look, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like cracked and there's a chunk missing. Like, that always happens to any like little cream melt product I get, and I don't understand. So I'm just gonna go in. I'm sure this drives people nuts when I do this, but it works. And then I'm gonna go above here. I'm gonna skip like the shadow shade that I would normally use from Anastasia for like a contour and just use this today. And then I think this is good, right? Get over here, I guess. There. Okay, so I'm gonna let that just kind of sit on the skin for a minute. Hopefully it doesn't dry down and I can't blend it out, but usually all the other cream bronzers, contours that I use, I have to let dry down for a second and then blend them out. So I'm gonna let this sit, and then I'm gonna fill in my brows, and I'll be right back. Okay, so for brows, I used my Anastasia Dip Brow in the shade Blonde, which the shade is way off. I fixed it with the ColourPop brow pencil. I think this is Bang & Brunette. I don't know, the name like wore off. And then just to lightly set them, I went in with the Easy Breezy Brow Shape and Define by CoverGirl. This is in the shade Soft Blonde. Just for now, when I'm done, I'll like use a clear brow mascara to like fully set them. But let's go ahead and try blending this out. I picked out some new brushes to use. Well, not new, but ones I haven't used in a while. So let's use this Morphe G6. This is what it looks like. It's like a flat top. I don't know, I figured it'd be good to like push up the cream. We'll see. Ooh, I really like the shade of this bronzer. I know a lot of people like it on TikTok. That's what made me buy it. And I think it's pretty like universal. Like, I think it would look nice with like, I wouldn't say I'm like super fair right now, but I definitely don't have like a tan. And I also think it would look good with a tan too. Ooh, and I didn't know if I would like this brush for this, but I kind of do. This is so pretty. Gotta snatch this jawline. Just gonna try to do like stamping and like little circles. And then I'm just gonna go over this in my mouth too. Usually I would use a sponge, but I think it's like time for me to shave my face again. I think that's why things are kind of like muddy looking a little bit. I really like this brush. This is from Coastal Scents, which I think they're no longer either, right? I think they are no longer I don't know. Is it Coastal Scents that went out of business? I can't remember. It's like every time I turn around now, it seems like a new makeup brand is going out of business. And speaking of that, I just saw yesterday that Bite Beauty is going out of business, which I've never been like a huge fan. I mean, I don't not like their products. I just don't really buy anything from them. Like, I think the only thing that I've used a few times is that lip gloss that used to be, it was like a Jaclyn Hill favorite. I can't remember the name of it, but I bought it because of her and I used it maybe like once. but I still have it laying around here somewhere. And then other than that, I don't think I've really tried anything from them. I know I'm like allergic to their agave lip mask, which is weird because I'm not allergic to anything. But every time I use it, I get these little like pimples all over my mouth. But I did see that their Bite Beauty Labs, where you can make your own lipstick, are still going to be around. So that was one thing I was worried about because I've never been, but I've always wanted to go. Pretty sure there's one here at the Grove. So I need to go do that because I want to make my own lipstick shade. I really want to make like a pinky brown shade. I think that would be so pretty. And then I think I want to make like a super nudie shade, kind of like Mac Myth. Okay, so there's the cream bronzer. So far, so good. I finally have this guy to try out. This is all over TikTok. So this is the Givenchy loose powder. I have the shade number 1 pastel, I guess. There's a few shades of this. So this is what it looks like. And then it has like 4 different shades. So like a lilac, a lighter lilac, a blue, a green, like all these different shades to set. And everybody loves this thing. So it comes with like a little powder poof, which I'm not going to use. But I feel like I only see people set their under eyes with this. I never see them set their face. So I don't know if that's like a thing or what. But I saw they have like a powder blush like this with like 4 different shades that you just like mix together. I really want to get that. So I might get that next. I don't know if I should use a sponge. Let's try it with a sponge to set the under eyes. Oh gosh, I got way too much. Okay, so that's what that looks like. Let me just pat this out real quick. I'm gonna set my eyelids with it too. Dip in there like this. And pat it in. I don't know, like I have really bad veins underneath my eyes. And I feel like putting like a blue-green powder underneath there is gonna make it worse. I don't know. I'm gonna bring it down the sides of my nose too. Maybe using a damp sponge wasn't the best. So I feel like I always see a lot of people use like a powder poof, like a pointed one, when they use this stuff. And I have the Beauty Blender one. So maybe I should do that next time. Because I know too, like when you use like a damp sponge and you put on powder, it kind of like goes on darker than it would if the applicator was dry. So, I mean, that's what it looks like. What do you guys think? I don't know, this powder was really expensive too, so I feel like I'd have to be like completely blown away to buy it again. I don't know what I think. Like when I go back to edit this video, I'll be like, oh, okay, you know? I don't know, maybe it needs to be used with certain concealers. Like maybe it's one of the, ooh. It like clung to all my dry patches right here. So I don't know, maybe it's one of those things, like I said, maybe I shouldn't have used it with a damp sponge, and maybe it's like finicky, like it has to be used with certain concealers. I don't know. But I do like how it blurred my under eye. Alright, I'm gonna go in with this linen matchstick from Fenty, which I tried to look up and I guess I didn't realize that they don't make it anymore. Like I found the matchsticks, but they don't have this shade. I mean, I couldn't find it, but I have barely used this, so that should last me a lifetime at this rate. And I'm just gonna use my concealer brush just to tap this in. I just really like it because it's like lightweight and it blends out really nice and just cleans up down there. So to set the rest of my face, I'm gonna use this Lancome. I feel like I always say something different every time I say it. This is the translucent powder, which I know a lot of people too said to start using like powder puffs to set your face. Like I think the proper way to use them is to put the powder on it and then like roll it like a taco from what I understand, and then you tap off the excess and then you do this like with the powder puff. But I feel like, I guess once you did it enough times, you'd probably be able to, I just got way too much. You'd probably be able to do it like fairly quickly, but I feel like that would just take forever. I did buy the Laura Mercier powder poof to try, so one of these days I need to do it. Like I love the glow on my forehead, but I hate when my bangs like stick to my head, you know? So I always try to make sure to really set that. Okay, so for bronzer, I'm going to be trying out the Anastasia powder bronzer. I know I'm like the last one to try this out. This is in the shade Rosewood. I hope it's not too dark, maybe with like a light hand, because I got it for when I have like a little bit of a tan. This is the shade, so it's pretty warm and it looks like it has like a smidge of a red undertone, so we'll just have to use like a super light hand. Okay, so let's apply a little bit of that. I'm gonna use this Morphe Y1. Just tap in there. Okay, let's start down here first, because if it's too much, I'd rather it be down here. Ooh, I mean, I think it complements that milk bronzer really well. But I definitely think it might be a little bit too dark for me right now. I mean, I don't think it looks terrible, but I feel like a lot of people love this too. I'm gonna add just like a little bit of Laura Mercier powder down there because I went below the line. For blush, I'm going to be trying out this Ofra blush. It's been a minute since I've tried one, but I do think I have another shade laying around here somewhere. But this is the blush Bellini, and it's in the shade Bellini. Is it in the shade Bellini? I guess we'll see. This blush is created with our liquid to baked tech, just like our highlighters, which makes it smoother and even more pigmented, ideal for fair skin tones and buildable for medium skin tones. Apply wet or dry? Apply wet or dry with a powder or blush brush to cheeks. Interesting. I really like the packaging. I mean, it's a little bulky, but I kind of like it. Figured I would give my pink blushes a rest and do a peachy shade. So that's the shade right there. And then I'm going to try this brush with it. This is a Morphe M403. It says it's really pigmented, so we'll see. Ooh, I think I like this brush for blush. You could just kind of sweep it on the cheeks. I can always make sure to get the apples on my cheeks. Like this. And then I'm going to just go over my nose. Just to tie it all in together. And then I always like to make sure it's like connected to my bronzer. I think it's really pretty. It's like a soft matte. Okay, for highlighter, I'm going to be trying out this Beauty Bakerie Milk and Honey Highlighter Palette. This is what it looks like. So this is the inside. I figured I could use this shade as like a blush topper and then maybe like the lighter shade as an actual highlighter. So I'm going to go in with a shade called Be Sweet first. I'm just going to use the same blush brush. And I'm just going to sweep that on top of the blush. Focusing more so on like the apples on my cheeks. Ooh, that is pretty. I don't know if I've ever tried like a peachy highlighter before. That looks really nice. I like that a lot. Okay. And I guess I'll just dab it right here just so it ties in together. And then I'm gonna go in this pink shade though. Let me swatch it. It's like a lilac pink. That looks really pretty. I'll swatch the two that I'm not gonna use. So this is Oh Honey and Queen Being. That's what those look like. So these are the two shades that I'm not gonna use, but they're really pretty. Like I think the darker one, so the top one would be a nice like bronzer topper. And then this one's really pretty too, just for like a regular highlighter. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with a shade called Spoiler Alert. I'm gonna use this little brush right here. This is a highlighter brush from LaRousse. I think I used something like this. I don't know, it looks a little big to be. Maybe they mean like concealer brush? I don't know. So I'm just gonna lightly put that on the tip top of my cheekbones. I'm not a big fan of this brush. I think I'd rather use this brush for like sweeping the under eye bake away or blush, but not for highlighter. I don't know, I kind of like the peachy one better. Like they're all really pretty, But for this look, I think I like the peach one. I guess we could mix the two and see. I'm gonna go with the peachy one. That one's just so pretty. I'm gonna apply some more of that because I really like it. And I'm just gonna go back in with like a little bit of blush. Just because I feel like that highlighter kind of was a little overwhelming. Okay, I'm just going to sweep this away. And I'm gonna go ahead and set my face before I start on my eyes. So I have the Anastasia Dewy Set Setting Spray to try out. Ooh, look at this. This is like identical to MAC Fix Plus. This, I mean, it's prettier, but this packaging, yeah, it looks exactly like MAC Fix Plus. Did it make me dewy? I think so. It looks pretty. I'm not a big fan. Oh my gosh, my shirt is like legit soaked. Did any of it just like... I think I got more on my shirt than I did on my face. Like, it's literally wet. I think it looks dewy. It reminds me so much of MAC Fix Plus, like even like how it looks and how it feels. The only thing I don't really like is the sprayer, because when I use setting spray I like to do like this motion, you know, and then that one I feel like I have to do tss, tss, tss. Hopefully that makes sense. So let's move on to eyes. I'm going to be trying out this Huda Beauty Pastels Lilac palette. This is what it looks like. This has like some interesting looking shades in it, like tiger swirls kind of. So I'm just going to try to use as many shades as possible. So I usually start from like lightest to darkest, so that's what I'm going to do. So I guess we'll go in with this peachy shade first, and then this shade. I'm just going to put that all over my crease like a transition shade. This reminds me of like Peach Smoothie from Makeup Geek. That's what it's called, right? I can't remember. Oh yeah, and I saw Makeup Geek going out of business too. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's sad at the same time too. Okay, and then in with the middle shade. Ooh, I really like that middle shade. My skin is so dry right now. It's so gross. I don't know. Ugh. Okay, so what should we do? There's so many. I'm just gonna swatch these like shimmer shades because I really don't know what I want to do. Oh my gosh, they're like really pretty. Let's do this weird swirly one. Okay, so that's what they look like. Let me see. I mean, they're like light. You probably can't really even see it. They're like super light, like metallic-y. They remind me of like a crystal lip topper or something. Let's do this like lighter shade down here. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with a more precise brush and just kind of tap in there, and I don't really know what I was gonna be doing with the shade, but it's way too light for what I was like thinking in my head. But this would be like a really pretty shade to use on its own, like for a daytime look, if you just wanted something like a little bit brightening that wasn't like a cream shade for a daytime look, and then just throw some mascara on. I think this would look really pretty. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with like the medium purple shade. Work that into the crease. Everything's blending out really nice. Okay, now I'm gonna take my finger in the darkest purple shade right here, and I'm just gonna put that on my lid as kind of like a base for like one of those shimmer shades. Try like a flat eyeshadow brush, see what happens. Like no fallout, so that's nice. Alright, so we have all those really pretty shades to use. I don't know what to do. Let's just use like this one right here in the middle. Just gonna take it on my finger like this. I'm just going to apply that all over the lid. Oh. to like press super hard on your lid to get it to show up. But it's really pretty. Maybe I should... See, I feel like if I had like a cream underneath this glittery shade, it would show up so much better. But if you wanted to like use like a little bit of like shimmer glitter during the day, it would be really pretty. Like again, just like on the lid by itself, like a bare lid with this just kind of everywhere would be really pretty. I'm gonna take this lighter shade. Let's put that in the middle, kind of like a halo eye. I always put it like right against the lash line in the middle of my lid. So there's not really like an inner corner highlight thing to put in. Well, let's see what this is like. I'm just gonna try it, I guess. So let's go in with this shade right here for like an inner corner, because we might as well. I'm just gonna try like a brush with it. These shades do not like to go on dry. So I guess to get a more wearable look out of these shimmer glitter shades, definitely use a brush or your finger. If you want more intense, I would definitely use like a cream underneath or get your brush wet. Let's try that. Let's just try this with this. Okay, definitely with the wet brush, it shows up way more. So I'm gonna take a smidge of the two, like all three of the purple shimmery shades and just kind of like pat that into the crease so it just kind of like all is blending like seamlessly, I guess you would say. Everything just is flowing as one. Sorry, you can probably hear the garage door. I'm just gonna take the matte shades and do my lower lash line. So lightest to darkest. So I always put the lightest shade like the farthest down, and then I'll just move up the darker I get. And then I'm just gonna sweep. I'm gonna take the brush that I sprayed. I'm just gonna sweep a little bit of that shimmer down there. I was gonna leave it matte, but I think a little shimmer never hurt anybody. I mean, it didn't really show up anyway. Yeah, this palette's interesting. I mean, they definitely don't have any like just straight lilac-y colors. I think this is a fun palette for like the spring, summertime. So for a mascara, I have this one to try out. This is the Victoria Beckham Future Lash Smudge-Free Lifting Mascara. So does she have her own makeup line? Like last time I knew, didn't she do like a collaboration with Inglot, I think at one point? Or is that Jennifer Lopez? Or did they both do it? I don't know. But I didn't realize she had her own, I don't think. Or did I? I can't remember. But this is what it looks like. Very high-end. It's giving me like Elizabeth Arden Chanel vibes, kind of. So let's go ahead and curl my lashes. Ooh, it's a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. It's kind of giving me telescopic vibes. I do like it though. I think maybe I would like it more if I layered it with like a volumizing mascara, like a volumizing thickening mascara, and then use this one for like length and separation. But if you just like length and separation, you would really like this, I think. And I really like the wand. It's weird too, it kind of has like a sticky feeling to it. I don't know, it's very odd. It's a very pretty mascara though. Definitely daytime, I feel like. Okay, so let's do one more coat on this side and see. I don't really feel like 2 coats is really doing anything. I can see that it's starting to get a little clumpy. I'm not going to even try to use this on my lower lash line because I just know it's not going to work, but this I turned out better. But we'll see. Like I almost think I should have done 1 coat and then let it dry completely and then curled and went in with another coat. Okay, so let's move on to lips. I'm going to be trying out this Thrive. Does this count as high-end? I don't really know. Thrive Cosmetics Lip Fuller Lip Liner Semi-Permanent Micro Pigment Technology. Oh, I hope I like this color. This is in the shade Plum Mauve. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Sucker for the teal, love that. Did I see that this comes off or something? Ah, has a built-in sharpener. It's always good. Alright. So this is the shade. Really pretty. I like the shade of this a lot, actually. Okay, so for lipstick, I'm gonna try this out. This is the MAC Powder Kiss lipstick. Never tried the Powder Kiss line before. This is in the shade Influentially It. Standard. It's just not shiny, it's a matte. So this is the shade. It's super nude. Let's see. Oh wow, it doesn't like feel like anything. You can barely see it. It's giving me Pat McGrath matte lipstick vibes. It's not very pigmented, but it is pretty. It looks good with this lip liner. Okay, and then for gloss, I'm going to try the Limecrime Wet Cherry Gloss. I know, I feel like I'm the last person to try this out. This is the Naked Cherry Gloss. This is what it looks like. Ooh, I didn't expect the applicator to be like that. I feel like this gloss is like a good mixture between the lip liner shade and the lipstick shade. I like this. I like this gloss a lot. It's really pretty. It feels really like not sticky like at all. Ooh, I really like that. I got another shade of these too, like Baby Cherry or something like that. I'm gonna add a little bit of this in my waterline. This is ColourPop Crybaby. It's like a pastel. Oh gosh, mine's broken. Pastel lilac shade. Okay, so when it's not broken, ColourPop gel liners are my favorite. Okay, I'm gonna go in with my Clinique bottom lash mascara. Actually, I haven't tried this guy in a while. Let's use this. Oh, it's like stuck in there. This is the Lash Discovery from Maybelline. I remember the first time I used this, I think it was in like 7th grade. Oh my gosh, I just made the biggest mess. And it's waterproof, so it's probably gonna not really come off. This is why I feel like a lot of the times I just skip bottom lash mascara because it's just not for me. I'm just gonna apply a little bit of the Givenchy powder underneath. I mean, it's waterproof mascara, so it shouldn't transfer, but you never know. I'm gonna go fix my hair and I'll be right back and we'll go over everything that I tried out. So I'm back, obviously. I'm just gonna lightly dust away that loose powder. Okay, so now that my makeup's done, let's go over everything and I'll let you guys know my final thoughts. So the first thing is the Farsali Liquid Glass. I don't think I would use this as primer, but I would use it on my no makeup days by itself with like a moisturizer. I would do that. But for a primer, probably not, but I will add this into my like skincare routine, probably daytime skincare routine, because I think it left like a really pretty glow. Next we have the Milk Makeup Bronzer in the shade Baked. Love this. Love it. Although I feel like it's just like the higher end version of the Wet n Wild cream contour bronzer sticks, but I feel like those kind of blend away to nothing, and I feel like that kind of stays. Like the Wet n Wild ones are more like creamier, kind of like a shinier, have a shinier look to them, and that one to me has a more matte, more full coverage kind of feel to it, if that makes sense. Then we have the Givenchy powder. I mean, I like it, but I guess I'm not like blown away by it by any means, but I'm going to use it because it's expensive, but it's nice. I think I just need to play with it a little bit more, but I'm not like solely blown away just yet. Okay, then we have the Huda Beauty Pastels Lilac Palette. Like I said, I think this is nice just to have. Like if you love lilac shades, I would buy this, but I think this would be, for me, this would be more like a, if I want a pop of color for the daytime with a little bit of shimmer type of look. Or I guess I could try to build it up and use it at night too, but I would need to put like a cream underneath to really get the most out of these colors, to get the most pigment. But I do like it. I thought it blended out really nice and the shimmers are pretty. Next we have the Ofra Bellini blush. I like this shade too. I kind of want to try it wet because I'm totally intrigued by that, but I'm also scared at the same time, but I do like this. And then we have the Beauty Bakerie Milk and Honey highlighter palette. This is really pretty too. Love this. I love this. This orange peachy shade for like a blush topper. I love it. I think it would be really pretty for the summertime too. Next, the Anastasia, sorry, I can't open it, bronzer. I mean, I'm kind of on the fence. I'm like 50-50 like it, 50-50 don't. But I think if you used a matte foundation, it would look the best, maybe not a dewy one. I feel like this would look better if my face was completely matted out with powder and then I went in with it. Then we have the Thrive Cosmetics lip liner. I like this too. I thought the shade was really pretty. It's kind of like a mauve brown, if you will. I was actually looking for a shade like this yesterday, so perfect. Then we have the MAC Powder Kiss lipstick in the shade Influentially It. I really like this too. I wish it was just a smidge more pigmented, but I feel like this would be nice to brighten up lipsticks too if you wanted to brighten up the middle. But so far I like it. It's just not, I wish it was a little bit more pigmented, I guess is what I'm saying. Next is the Limecrime Wet Cherry Gloss. I love this. I love the shade of it. I love the formula of it. Did it have a smell? I can't remember. It does have like a slight vanilla smell to it. Like, I love this. I would literally buy every single shade. Love it. Then we have the Victoria Beckham Future Lash Mascara. You can see if your lashes are better than mine and like super long and just stay up with no problem, I think that you would love this. Like I said, it gives me L'Oreal, what's it called? Telescopic vibes, but just like the high-end version. But it did have like a sticky feeling to it, which I thought was weird, but I kind of liked it. I think this would be like a daytime mascara for me, maybe more like a no makeup day. That's when I would use this guy, because you guys know me, I'm like more partial to waterproof mascaras, but I do like it. Then I think the last thing that we tried out was the Anastasia Dewy setting spray. This is also nice, but it totally reminds me of MAC Fix Bliss, so I think you could use either one and be fine. But I like the packaging, but it's like legit identical to MAC Fix Plus in my opinion. So I think that's everything. I'm looking around to make sure I didn't forget anything. So here's a final look. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Also, let me know what you're loving at the moment. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and please don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this full face of first impressions using high-end makeup, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.